everybody. It's Friday. Welcome to the show. It is just Parlays with Scott and Chris. Chris, I'm so excited. I just switched off. When you toggle between the countdown and the intro, unless you get it exactly to the split second right, there's a little shot of you and I before it goes into the intro. Today, I timed it where it segued perfectly.
I didn't even know that they were two separate things. I thought it just queued up like that.
No. Do you ever do the microwave where you count it down and you try to open it right as it ends and the clock goes back to the clock and it doesn't beep? You ever do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've tried to do that.
This is just like nailing that. That's how I feel. So, hey, welcome to the show, everybody. It's Friday. I am Scott Steen, lead handicapper at Whiners and Whiners.com. This handsome young fella to my right, your left on the radio dial is the one and only Chris King. Chris, you were doing your trying out for the Joey Chitwood stunt driving team yesterday. How'd that go?
It was great. I feel like Evel Knievel. All I need to do is jump the Snake River Canyon and I'll be all set.
I was thinking more evil at Caesars, but that Snake River works as well.
It could have been better. It would have been better than Super Dave.
Got some bumps and bruises. Hopefully, no real damage. I know you're going to go see you get checked out at your wife's behest at the dock. You're a big tough guy, ex-Marine. I know you didn't want to go to the dock, but
no, I did not. And I made that perfectly clear. But sometimes there's some things you can't win.
Even when you don't stutter, sometimes they still don't understand, right, Chris?
No, that's definitely true. Sometimes you can be as blunt force as a hammer to the face, and it doesn't necessarily it doesn't translate sometimes.
Well, I noticed Chris rhymes with marital bliss, so I think all should be good. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. You're going to be back to shoot the NASCAR show. Of course, we shoot it on tape now, so I was trying to get
live on tape
for the live version, but we'll be shooting that on digital recording on tape. I'm not that old.
Live on 8mm.
I'm excited today because Jim Williams, formerly of this show, and I'm pretty much the EP or executive producer of all the shows. He's got to say he set us up a NASCAR intro.
Oh, neat.
So I don't even think you knew about that yet.
I was unaware.
Yeah.
Because Jim doesn't tell me anything because I'm still waiting for him to tell me about whether he's actually got the podcast for the show up again.
He just told me that today. So, yeah, be sure and check out, of course, Chris and I'll be following this show up with Back to the Window
with that other guy.
That other guy. And then, our NASCAR show should be up late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Check all that out. Chris, how'd the parlays go yesterday?
Well, the premiums went better than the show because, Calgary forgot to score. Toronto forgot to stop Cleveland from scoring. But Toronto, the premiums
2-zip after the top of the first. Great shape, right where we want to be.
Yep, and then they lost what was it 6-5 or something?
Yep, 6-5.
But the premiums they worked out. Florida won. The Rangers won. Houston won, even though Ryan Presley tried to give the game away in the top of the ninth. They won it in the bottom of the frame.
Right.
We said the Stars and Flames would stay under, and it did. And we said Colorado would win. And we did say Senzatella, he had gone over in each of his 4 starts, so to play the over there. And sure enough, ended up, 9-7 on a number of 11s. So if you went over, then you made some money anyway.
Yep. If you chase the steam there, you did well. That went from 10.5 to 11, and 16, definitely greater than 11.
And of course, we've benefited from the Brewers beating the Reds because everybody does. And I got to give credit to Connor Ingram, the goaltender for Nashville. We talked about Big Game Dave, Big Game sucking in Game 1, and Ingram kept Nashville in that game, took them to overtime.
Yeah, they did.
Before they fell 2-1. But he stopped 48 out of 50.
What are you going to do? It's about all you can ask for. And, I know we were all over the puck line there, even the alternative puck line where there was some discussion of 2.5.
Yeah.
And the difference in goaltenders made all the difference in the world in that game, as it was 1-1 pretty much from the first period on, right?
Yeah, until the 8:31 mark of overtime.
Overtime, right? No.
Ingram gave up a goal on the first shot, then he stopped 48 in a row, and then he didn't stop the last shot. So I guess if you're looking for symmetry, there it is.
There you go. Michael Dost in the house. What up, Michael? Good to see you. Happy Friday to you too, my friend. Chris, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be a little tighter on time constraints because you got to go. You got to get out of here in about 20 minutes and take the Uber, I assume, over to.
No, my mother-in-law's here. So.
Oh God, it just gets better for you, doesn't it? just gets better and better. All right. Well, we got to get Chris to his mother-in-law as they can have a fun trip to the doctor. Oh,
As they say, it's always sunny in Philadelphia, but this is in Philadelphia.
I'd rather even do a show with Rachel. I got to be honest with you, than have your afternoon. So let's get to it. We're going to go right to the picks, right to the meat and potatoes. Let's start off with some potatoes. A couple two-teamers. What do you say, Chris?
Sure.
All right. Bye. Before we do that, let's take care of some housekeeping stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channels, the Winners and Whiners YouTube channel and the Max Wagers Network YouTube channel as well. Check out all the great shows here, whether it's Midday Money at noon, Allie doing Morning Wood at 1, you and me at 2, me and Scott at me and Scott at 3, and Sean Miller, our soccer guy, at 4, and wrapping it all up with Detroit Lenny, Nick, and Tim at 5 doing Game Time Decision. Check out our deal with our partners over there at Caesars. I know I've talked to you about this before, but if you guys have a lock, if you've got something that you are absolutely on and you want to load up, this is the time to do it. If you've never had a Caesars account, you never made a bet with Caesars, jump on this opportunity. It's up to $1,100. Bet insurance. If you lose that first bet, if your lock becomes unlocked, then Caesars makes it good. If you have that lock and you hit it, boom, you're in. No worries, and you've just hit the biggest bet of your life, quite possibly. So
that's true.
Check that out. We do have the codes and the link in the description of the video. It is WIN or ATS WINSCZR. ATS wins Caesar. Check that out. All right. So
don't forget the Kentucky Derby guide, Scott.
The Kentucky Derby guide, of course, Chris. And down the stretch they come. I believe it is available right now as we speak. Click that link. It is in the show description. Get yourself down. It is cooler than a trifecta box. It really is, Chris. So make sure you check out all the Derby information over there. Chris, before we get rolling here, Andrew says, Allie's Derby guest was amazing. Very enjoyable show that she just had. Okay, that's good to keep in mind. I'll find out who she had. A little late, maybe for next year. Chris, any thoughts real quick on why the Heat number jumped down?
Because they upgraded Embiid to doubtful.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can see. I still don't think he's going to play. If he does, he's going to wear the Phantom of the Opera mask. But really, how good's he going to be?
That's a weird upgrade from out to doubtful.
Yeah,
you usually see out to questionable. But now he is questionable now, Chris.
They moved him again.
He's going to go, buddy. I think he's going to go. So
yeah, it said Friday morning he was out, but his status could change. And at 12:30 on the injury report, he was doubtful. So they must have upgraded him again at 1:30.
Yep. Hey, Detroit Lenny in the house. Speak of the devil, and the devil jumps up. What up? What up, Detroit Lenny? How are you, buddy? I heard you guys had a good show over there today. You're probably going to have a good show this afternoon. One of the few people that can make fun of one of the Kansas City Royals. So,
where did you see him questionable? Because the league injury report still has him listed as doubtful.
What am I using? I am on StatFox.
Okay, well, the official injury report from the league at 1:30 still had him marked as doubtful.
All right. Well, now I got it on Don Best as well as questionable.
So, maybe they're lying because they just want people to bet on the 76ers.
I don't know, bud. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. I'm just going off what, like I said, I use the league's official report that gets updated every hour.
Talking about a game tomorrow real quick. The Bucks number has jumped down. Any thoughts on that?
Hadn't seen that one yet. Unless they're thinking Smart is going to play tomorrow because he didn't play in game 2. There are no injury report updates yet for those games because they don't have to have them out until later this evening. Smart's listed as probable, so I guess they're expecting he's going to play. I'm guessing Middleton's still going to be out for Milwaukee, and George Hill, of course, with that abdominal injury.
He is Hill has actually been moved up to questionable. Smart is questionable. Brown is probable, and Middleton is out.
Okay, so maybe that's why, because they think Smart's going to play.
Yep, I think that's exactly it. Boston's going to be a little healthier. So, all right, buddy. 2 for the money. What do you got?
Well, we had the Mets, but like Michael said, that game was rained out just before showtime. So I'm going to plug the Milwaukee Brewers in there against the Atlanta Braves. It's going to be Eric, not Matt Lauer, on the mound taking on Jesse Chavez, not Julio Cesar Chavez, not Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.,
Ex-Royal, ex-A, ex-Ranger,
ex-Cub,
ex-Cub. There you go.
twice.
Sure, why not?
But I'm wondering why Atlanta's throwing. I guess they're basically punting and going with a bullpen day here. I guess the double header with the Mets probably threw off the rotation a bit.
Yep, I think Jeff Chavez has the Chris Sabo glasses.
Yeah,
beautiful thing.
I mean, at least he's not Rick Vaughn, you know.
Right. So you got the Brewers plugged in over the Braves there.
Yeah, they're actually at minus 110. It's even money. They're actually a slight underdog because on the run line they're actually getting 1.5 as opposed to giving 1.5.
Right.
So, which is weird because I mean Milwaukee, they're second in the league in runs, but I guess you could say a lot of that's because they beat up the Reds.
All right, Detroit, Lenny, cover your ears for this one. Houston Astros laying a big price there, minus 200 over the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, like we said, the Tigers rallied in the ninth. Another ex-Cub Heimer Candelario with a 2-run homer in the top of the ninth off Presley, and then Houston won it in the bottom of the frame to win 3-2. Our good buddy Bo Brisky throwing again tonight for the Tigers. He's facing Luis Garcia, but Garcia's pitched fairly well of late. I know his numbers aren't great. I'm just not overly sold on that Brisky can deal with the lineup that Houston has, especially with Altuve back now. That's a big boost for the Astros.
Right.
And they've won 4 in a row and 8 of 10 coming in this one, so they're rounding into form after that slow start to the year because they were 7-9 before their last 10 games.
All right, very good. Bo Brisky, for the record, has gone 5 innings in his 2 starts, gone 5 innings in each of them. Gave up 3 earned in the first one to Colorado. And that was a home game, by the way. That was not in Colorado. And then gave up 1 to the Dodgers in L.A. So he's had a couple of mixed bags there. One very good performance, one performance.
Yeah, Garcia coming in off a 6-inning, 2-run, 5-hit, 1-walk, 5-strikeout performance against the Blue Jays. He lost that game 2-1 because he gave up 2 solo homers. I have to think that Houston will put up better offense in this one.
Okay. All right, very good. A little MLB 2-teamer to get you started, and some Phoenix Suns over the Mavs.
Yeah, I watched this line bounce around last night. Phoenix was a 1-point underdog. Now, then I've seen them go as many as up 1.5. I saw it at 0.5. Lenny said he agreed about the Tigers, so
okay.
There's that. I think
lock it in.
We talked about the Mavericks. They can't rely solely on Luka Doncic, and I don't know if they've got anybody else that can step up.
Well, it's you're thinking if somebody does, you're thinking it's going to be Dinwiddie perhaps, but
I mean you're throwing darts basically. Dinwiddie is going to be Finney Smith. Is it going to be Kleba? Is it going to be anybody?
Well, Brunson would be the other choice there.
That's true too. But I mean, he's kind of struggled in this series. The first couple of games,
he hasn't been great. He did well in the opener, but he has not had that same success in this series against Phoenix. I'm with you on this. I think Phoenix is probably the best team in the West right now. Well, they were the best team in the NBA the entire season. So the fact that they've done really well the first 2 games shouldn't really come as a surprise to anybody, right?
Yeah, and like you said, Brunson was 3 for 12 in Game 2, finished with 9 points.
Not ideal.
Yeah, when Reggie Bullock is your second leading scorer, you have problems.
Brunson's got to put up 20. Doncic's got to put up 35 to get you anywhere near that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So
I just don't see it necessarily happening because Phoenix has such depth. I mean, come on, they played Biyombo, McGee, and Ayton in that game. And, all 3 of them were effective.
Yeah, they have nobody to match up in the middle, and that's a problem because, they traded Porzingis, and I understand the move, and it worked out for him, but it would be nice to have his presence right now and the ability to stretch the floor a little bit from inside. But
yeah, or they could get Boban Marjanovic and get him off the bench.
Yeah, he must not be good.
Well, he's not, but he's big. If anything else, he could be like what Rick Mahorn was back in the bad boy eras with the Pistons. He got 6 fouls. Use them.
Fair enough. And the other game, round out that two-teamer, is the Edmonton Oilers minus 145 over the Kings. This is a tied 1-1 after the Kings stole one there in game one. So we're moving to L.A. I love L.A.
We love LA. Well, so does everybody else when they're the visiting team, because if you look, the only team that plays in the Crypto.com arena that made the playoffs are the Kings.
Very good. Nice. They're no longer in Inglewood, because I heard Inglewood up to no good, Chris.
That's true.
Little known fact. So who you got Edmonton here to rebound on the road? You think the Kings, to use a hockey parlance, that was just a one-timer?
Yeah, basically, they rang one in off the post, and
okay,
we saw them playing game two, and they did not look good.
And you think that trend continues here, or Edmonton maybe got a little wake-up call that they needed and found their footing?
Well, yeah, I mean, how many times have we said, everybody's got to play until you get punched in the face? And, Edmonton got punched in the face, and they came back with a vengeance in game two.
Yeah,
I look for that to carry over here.
Okay, good enough. How about a four-teamer? You got a four-teamer? Maybe I don't like those two-teamers. Oh, there you go.
There you go. That's fine. And, that's fine.
No accounting for taste.
Yes. It's not my fault you're an idiot, but, that's all
right.
I'm gonna go with the Blue Jays again. It's Gaussman and Bieber, so I mean at least there's a good pitching matchup. But like you said previously, Cleveland's pitching or bullpen has been bad. Toronto's got a pretty good bullpen. Once they get to the back end with Romano and those guys, I can't put a ton of faith in the Guardians. One, it's a stupid name. Two, Bieber can't do everything, and we've seen him pitch and end up with no decisions in games because the rest of the team sucks. He got a no decision in his last start when he gave up one run on 7 hits in 7 innings because Cleveland scored. I think they scored 2 in the 8th or something to win 3-1.
Right.
But the start before that, he had a quality start. Took a loss because Cleveland didn't score. His one win, or his one big win of the season, was over the White Sox in that game where Dallas Keuchel gave up 10 runs in an inning plus. So I don't trust the Cleveland to score enough.
Fair enough. And let's be honest, neither one of these pens are great. Cleveland 3.53 ERA, and Toronto even a little worse than that at 3.81. So you might consider also a first half play, first 5 play if you wanted to plug that in.
True.
Before things got crazy there, but I'm definitely with you on this one, at least through the first 5.
This next one shows how rainouts frig everything up for people.
Okay.
Because there's no way in hell I would talk about the Arizona Diamondbacks in a 4-team thing. But they got Merrill Kelly going. He's pitched well. He's going against Chad Kuhl. I know everybody's talking about how great Kuhl has pitched, but this is still a guy who sucked in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I've been pretty well surprised by Chad Kuhl's hot start.
He's Chad Kuhl with menthol, apparently.
Well, the Rockies have won all 4 of his starts. He's had quality starts in his last 3 outings, and the only thing that kept him from it is his first outing. He only went 4 1/3 as he tried to get stretched out, but he gave up 2 hits there. He did give up 4 walks, but just 1 earned run, and has given up just 4 earned runs in his last 19 in the 3rd inning. So he's doing something right, buddy.
Yeah, well, he's probably gotten Angel Hernandez behind the plate a couple times.
An angel on his shoulder, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Kelly, he's got an ERA of 127, and he's blanked the opponent 3 times in his 5 starts. Gave up 1 run in a start against the Nationals. 1 start where he gave up more than a run. He still turned in a quality outing. 3 runs on 7 hits, over 6 frames, and a loss to the Dodgers on April 25th. But he's coming in off 7 scoreless against the Cardinals.
Yeah, just he looked really good his last time out. So I don't hate that pick. I think it's a little more close to pick 'em. I just think laying 145 with the Diamondbacks is not something I'm in love with. But
it at least went down because it was 155.
Yeah,
and I said, "Whoa, I don't like that one too much." But now it's down. It's actually down further now. It's about 140 at a bunch of books.
There you go. Watch that plummet. It's time for a cool change. Chad Kuhl.
I'm still going with the Heat over the 76ers.
The Heat is on, baby.
It is. Tell Glenn Fry.
Yeah, I think the Heat. I said this before the playoffs started. I thought the Heat were the best team in the East, and I've seen nothing since the playoffs got underway to dissuade me of that notion.
And I'm gonna take the Blues to bounce back at home. I know they played terrible in Game 2. They played really well in Game 1. If they play their normal contest at home, I think they'll get the win.
Okay. Sitting that one out. I've seen two different hockey teams play two different games there. And
this is true.
I've got no feel for that. So if you've got your finger on the pulse, if you're fingering the pulse of the nation, then God bless you. All right, very good. There's your 4-teamer. And shot in the dark, here it comes. All right.
Bill said, could the Reds win today, or is it Pirates on the money line? Well, I typed Penguins. It's supposed to be Pirates on there. Just shows that I wasn't paying attention. No, I'm going to go with JT Brubaker over Connor Rich Chocolate Overton. I'm not overly convinced. Overton might be the best pitcher the Reds have right now.
How sad is that?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, doesn't instill much confidence in the Reds. He's made one start. He gave a run on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts over 5 1/3. Got a no decision in a 4-3 loss to Colorado. That was the game where you thought Jeff Hoffman was going to start, and then they switched it.
That's right.
Last week,
Overton pitched for him instead. And
yeah,
they plugged him in that spot, and he pitched very well. Of course, burned the shit out of us.
Well, they still lost.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't. They beat the run line, right?
Yeah, they did.
Did he get there? Yeah, that's because we had him on the run line. That's exactly what happened. So I told you I woke up today and I was like, whatever else I do, I'm going to just fucking fade Cincinnati till further notice. And I get up and they're playing Pittsburgh and it's Brubaker pitching. Oh, God damn it! I can't do that.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Pods over the Marlins. Yu Darvish over Sandy Alcantara. I know Darvish has struggled against Miami in his career, but we watched Miami put up 1 run yesterday. Before that, they were swept by Arizona.
Yeah,
doesn't sit well. I'm going to take the Mariners with Logan Gilbert over Matt Whistler and the Rays.
Big fan of that play.
Yeah, it's called, hey, look, we're going to the bullpen day again.
Mm-hmm.
In the battle of the hosiery department, I'm going to take the Red Sox with, I think it's Eovaldi is going in that one, provided they don't rain it out, against everybody's favorite doormat, Vince Velasquez. Remember when people thought he was going to be good?
Remember when people forgot he was in the league still?
Yeah, there's that too. We talked about the Pirates. I look for the Heat and 76ers to stay under the number. I think Game 2 was an aberration.
So, just for the record, just to make sure everybody's on board here, that should say Pittsburgh Pirates, not
that. Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
that was a typo on my part.
Not some kind of cross event for charity.
No, but I'd probably still take the Penguins over the Reds.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well. You got the Heat under 210.5.
Yep, I've got the Suns going over 219. I mean, they've gone over in both games.
Why not? Might go over that by themselves.
I'm going to take Chris Paul going over 17.5 points because you had, 28?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then I'm going to look for the Hurricanes and the Bruins to go over 5.5 because I got burned on the under on this twice.
That'll teach them.
Yep. I'm going to look for the Wild and Blues to go over 6.5. They had, 7 or 8 the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be a surprise. And I'm going to look for the Oilers and Kings to stay under 6.5 because the Kings put up nothing the other day.
Yep. We had the over there, and we got absolutely no help. No help.
Exactly.
All right, buddy. Any final thoughts before you head out?
Watch out for idiots when you're on the road.
Good advice. Good advice, my friend. And it was you sent me some pictures, and the damage that you received does not reflect the severity of what that car looks like because it's up on its side. There's dents. It's crashed. It was a bad wreck. I'm glad you're okay or okay-ish. I hope, obviously no serious problems and doesn't seem like there are, but fingers crossed and have a good trip. All right.
Yeah. I'll let you know what's going on.
All right. I appreciate it. Good to have you with us today. Glad you are with us and glad all of you joined us today for the kind of abbreviated version of just parlays. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Everybody.
Now Scott gets a break before he has to do his other show.
That's weird. I'm used to about 30 seconds it takes me to change everything out. So yeah, I got a little me time. I'm kind of excited about it. So I'll do my NASCAR picks. That's what I'll be doing. So
there you go.
You guys have a great day. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget thank you for all your support. We appreciate you guys stopping by. and doing it. A lot of you here every day, and don't think we don't notice and don't think we don't appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend. Good luck on all your plays. Hey, go make yourself a sandwich. Come back in half an hour. I'll be doing it with my buddy Scott Reichel as we try to head back to the window. But for this, me and Chris will be back on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, as we talk about just parlays. Take care.